so she can give a great speech.
Right. So, hi there. Thank you for sharing your Sunday with us. My name is Laura Mack. I am the Executive Director of the Neighborhood Council Sustainability Alliance. How many of you have actually heard of us beyond seeing next door or something like that? Fabulous. So, we work with neighborhood councils across the city of LA. How many of you know what those are? Fantastic. Which there are about 99 who include the community councils. I do, I'm a little biased. And we work together, or at least the alliance here tries to work together to bring together all of these 99 councils to have a stronger voice on sustainability and resilience issues both within our respective communities and across the city. And the Alliance does that in several ways. One of them is by putting on events like this one today. Education and networking events we do throughout the year, not necessarily every single month. You know, to say it's not the second Saturday of every month, but when we feel like there's a topic we want to present. And depending on the interest from our members, we have about 35 different members at this point, and also from the larger community. So if there's something you would like to see us present that maybe we haven't done in the past, please do talk to us. We are very interested in your feedback. We also have a strong role on advocacy, and we have an advocacy committee that takes up policy issues at a citywide level, and primarily in our sphere, which is environmental and sustainability issues and resilience. And then a third thing we do is on-the-ground projects, and our signature program right now is called Cool Blocks LA, and we are piloting it for the city of LA. They are our partner. And we are helping Angelinos across about 30 different neighborhoods in the city to reduce their carbon and water footprints while also building safer neighborhood blocks and actually getting to know their neighbors, which is probably the most revolutionary aspect of all of this. And that's going very, very well. So if you'd like to learn more about that, I invite you to speak with me or with Lisa Hart, who is one of our program managers on that program. We do other things too. We have an online presence. We have 2 Facebook sites. We occasionally use Twitter. And we're open to other suggestions. So please do give us feedback on that and get involved with our Facebook sites and post your events and see what's going on in other communities across the city. We also are seeking more representation on our committees. We have about, I think, 9 committees at this point and working groups. Anything from kind of running the NCSA, like governance and finance and programming and outreach, to topic committees like energy policy and tree health and leaf blowers. And those are just a couple that came up through our members, driven by people's interests and what they wanted to pursue. So if any of these interest you, any of these committees, please do talk to one of our board members after the program. We'll have lots of time for networking. And can I have a show of hands of our board members? Could you stand up, please? Actually, could you stand up? So, Torrin in the back there, Glenn Bailey, Don over here, Don Wiggins, Northridge, Lisa Hart, Silver Lake. She has been a big part of our board for the last 2 years. So if any of you would like to explore getting more involved with us, we would love for more participation so that we can have more impact. We are primarily volunteer-led, and so, the more voices, the merrier. I think that's about, and we need to talk about housekeeping for a second. Okay, so in case you don't know already, the restrooms are out through the front. And we have, of course, 2 exits over here and then on the side entrance. And we are attempting to be minimally impactful from an environmental standpoint with our events. So a lot of other provisions and whatnot are organic, and we try to minimize food waste and other waste by composting. There's a compost bin in the back. There's a recycling bin. We reuse plates and mugs where we can. So please just be mindful. If you're not sure where to put something, just let one of us know. I'll probably be in the back and help you with that as well. Is there a question?
Yeah, just a housekeeping thing on the parking lot.
Yeah.
Is it really okay to park as long as you need on Mississippi and out there? I mean, there are parking, there's a 2-hour parking.
Mississippi.
Said only Monday through Friday.
Okay, so
No, I think it's permitted today, but I don't actually think it's okay to park on Mississippi. We've read the signs a couple times, and I apologize. I think it's not okay to park, at least right here, according to my interpretation of the sign. Colby Torrin did a little scouting for us this afternoon when we realized we were being told something differently from what I told earlier. Colby, to the west of us, is fine. So,
no one needs to move, this would be a great time to chat.
Just for future reference,
Yeah.
they're pretty agreeable at the fire hat opening in the morning community.
they are not.
Really?
They are not at all agreeable to that.
All right, they were to me, sorry.
Well, you should have asked. Obviously, you're the.
Okay. All right, so we do want to get you out of here by 4 at the very latest. We know some of you want to get on to the Oscars or other things for today. And without further ado, I'd like to introduce our hardworking summer maybe chair, Lisa Hart. Thank you.
Okay, I'm also going to try not to use a mic. I think, yeah, this is fine. Okay. I'm so excited to be doing this today. I actually found an old email that I'd sent Miki from like a year ago telling her that I had a fantasy of doing this. So I don't know what that says about my personal life or here we are today and it's come to fruition. So I'm super excited. I found this issue to be so fascinating, probably for many of the reasons that you do as well. It touches on so many aspects of Los Angeles. It's about density, it's about homelessness, it's about affordable housing, it's about walking, it's about transit, it's about carbon footprints. It's all these things connected. And I think it's really about, in my mind it boils down to two things. One being, what do we want our city to become? What's our vision for this city? And the other piece is, who do we trust to get us there? So, hope to dive into that today and unpack a lot of the issues. One of the challenges I always have in trying to make decisions about these things is that sides say things that seem contradictory. So we might be able to explore that a little bit today. Our format is going to be, we're going to start with a little exercise, and then I will open it up for some thoughts from our panelists, who I'll also introduce. We will then I will try to do a summary of the measure. I, of course, am a layperson, so I invite feedback from our panelists on my understanding of what Measure S is about. And then we'll have more talk, invite Q&A from you folks. We're going to play the Q&A by ear. I'm totally open to having people, ask their questions throughout the forum. If that works, great. If we find out that it gets too contentious or that people talk too long or this or that, then we'll cut that out and resort to the note cards that you might or might not have. So that's how I'm thinking about this. Okay. I wanted to thank a bunch of people who made this happen today. As our board, Laura already mentioned our board members, several of them worked very, very, actually I think all of them worked very, very hard on this. Also, we had a committee making this happen. There's Terry Sassy. Where are you, Terry? Okay, there's Terry. So you guys wouldn't have eaten at all if it weren't for her. So thank you, Terry. And there's Gwen. Gwen's in the back. She's also helped out a lot. Gave me lots of good questions to ask you folks. And Mark, Mark? I hope Mark isn't still standing out there directing parking. That's really sad. So that's somebody who's really stepped up a lot. Is there anybody I'm missing? I really hope not. And okay, I think that's the gist. All right. And I'm going to be facilitating today. We advertised that Adonia Luca would be facilitating, but she is not available, unfortunately. So I am going to do as best as I can in her place. Okay. I'd like to warm us up with a little exercise to get us moving a little bit and help us, you folks and us up here, get a feel for who's in the room and where we are with this issue. So, if you could please stand up if you have at least a pretty good idea of what, but that doesn't count, right?
He's leaving.
You could please stand up if you have at least a pretty good idea of what Measure S is about. For one moment, and then you can look and see who's in the room, and then you can sit down, and yes, if you don't want to stand, you can wait. Okay, wow, that's very impressive. Very educated group. Thank you so much.
So
Okay.
none of us books.
Well, yeah.
No problem.
Very tough. Okay.
Maybe Jack, we need to, everybody here.
And please stand up if someone dragged you here, or you just saw it was on your ballot and didn't know what it was, or for some reason you just don't know very much about it yet. All right, good for you. And here you are, getting educated. Fantastic. Okay, thank you. And if you don't mind sharing, of course, if you do, you don't have to stand. But I'm going to ask, who is in support of Measure S, if you could stand. Okay, very interesting. Okay. All right, thank you. And if you could stand if you are opposed to Measure S. Okay, very interesting. Thank you.
Well, you're not sure.
Yeah, how about you stand up if you don't know? That's not my list. Okay. This is great. We're
Perfect.
maybe
Third.
we're roughly a third. That's super fun. Very interesting. Oh, she's making some observations. Okay, well.
Demographics.
And please stand up if you've changed your mind about Measure S. Interesting. Okay. Right. Good point. We should remind me to do that. We should do that. That's a great idea. Okay. All right. I'd like to introduce these folks, and then we'll ask them a question. We'll get going. This is Jack Humphreville at the far end. Thank you, Jack. He's very much a bigwig in neighborhood council circles, so I've known about him for several years now. He's a columnist for CityWatch LA and president of the DWP Advocacy Committee. He's very involved on several issues and very outspoken on several of them, I think it's fair to say.
I do not know like that.
And we also, next to him is Michael Manville. He's assistant professor of urban planning at the UCLA Luskin School of Public Affairs. And next to him we have Mark Vallianatos. He's the co-founder of Abundant Housing LA and member of the Zoning Advisory Committee for Recode LA, which many of you might know about. And last but certainly not least, we have Miki Jackson. She is a grassroots activist and a consultant to the AIDS Healthcare Foundation.
I'll also add that I was co-chair of the CPAC committee that wrote the community plan for Northeast.
Oh, okay. That's very nice. Thank you.
So are we allowed to know where these people stand on Measure S?
No, we're not.
Yes, I think you are. I think we'll know very shortly. So my first question for you folks, and we're you know, my aspiration that this is not a debate format, it's more of a conversation. So I'm just going to ask this, and whoever wants to chime in first, but I'm asking this same question of all of you. If you could tell us a little bit about your background and what drew you to become involved with this issue. And say what you like, and then I'll actually go into a summary of the issue, and we can start kind of unpacking the measure itself. Okay, now it is your folks' turn to talk.
Well, I'll just start off because I'm on the far end.
Yeah, that's fair.
I became involved in it for a variety of reasons. One is my office in Hollywood and the traffic sucks. In the last 4 or 5 years, it's just been a nightmare. Another reason I've been involved in it is this pay-to-play culture just drives me crazy. And I've seen it in a number of things. One, in some of the land issues that you've seen around the city. You've seen it in Hollywood. And I've also seen it in the ballot measures where I wrote the opposition arguments for Measure B in 2009, Vera Ghost Solar Initiative, and also Prop A, which was the permanent half-cent tax increase. And what happened on that is, and they were both rejected, I might add, but what happened there is that City Hall basically goes out and rounds up the usual suspects to finance a multi-million-dollar campaign to support these things. And the guys that were leading the charge were the real estate boys and girls. You know, the AEGs, all the big developers in town. So it was sort of this pay-to-play culture.